Alright, man, you already know how I do it, man. I keep them clippers to them heads, and I keep them ears to them streets, and then I keep them ears to them streets, and I keep them clippers to them heads. Let's get it. Yeah, man, so we talking about right now, Kool Moe Dee has a rap report card that he did for the 80s and he did for the 90s. And we just looking at some of the grades, because there's a couple grades on here that we feel like some people deserve higher, and it's even a few of them on there we feel like some people deserve lower. But the one we was just speaking about is, he gave Mystical for the 90s an A.
Yo, the 90s cool.
He gave him a 90s. And like, I ain't too mad. Only reason is because I feel like the 90s was that era where it was way more like fast rappers, and that was looked at as like the ultimate skill when it came to like lyricism, because you had to have enough of a vocabulary, and it's actually a literal skill to be able to rap fast.
You know what though? I feel like part of the Kool Moe Dee in New York nigga, right?
He is.
He a New York nigga. Mystical from New Orleans.
Right.
So I feel like niggas on the East Coast, they kind of were baffled by the style that people from the South had. So like for
a shock, like
yeah.
I'm surprised this South nigga is nice.
Yeah, so like when Mystical was like the sporadic rap style that Mystical got, like it come out like short bursts. So like he probably was just like, nah, he's different. Like,
and I felt like Mystical was like the heartbeat of No Limit. Like, yeah, P was the leader, everybody liked P, but it was like literally every No Limit artist could have had Mystical on all of their songs, and everybody would have won. Yeah, they would have been straight.
Everybody would have won. Yeah.
He had the sound, he had the ad libs, he had the flow.
Mystical a wild dude, but
he's a wild dude.
He a wild dude, man.
He a wild dude.
Hey,
what they had? They gave Jay-Z
82.
They gave him. He got a B. They gave Nas a B too, right?
They gave Nas a B. Yeah, he got 2 points higher. He got an 84.
They gave Jay-Z and Nas a B, which is. I mean, of course, you know, nowadays they literally can't give neither one another less than that. But I'm still trying.
I'm tripping though. They gave. How Jay-Z get 82 and Cannabis got 85?
You see what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is that Cannabis came into the game getting washed by LL.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not the second round knockout joint was tough, but
it was tough. But the return of the Ripper joint from LL was just like, well, at least he tried.
Yeah, the highlight of Cannabis' career was that beef with LL, and it's just like, bro, you can't get high and score that beef.
It was over after that. I'm so weak. I was watching the Drink Champs with LL, and he was on there talking about like that beat. But he like, for one, they squashed it and all that, of course. But he was just like, you know, for that to be the beginning of his career, he just like, damn, man, like, can you not really? He said that like Cannabis kind of asked him to not really go that hard like that, because he's like, not like don't kill me, but he just like, damn, bro, like,
I just started, bro.
Yeah, I just started. So when you said something to me, I kind of gotta, cause L was like, you know, he ain't really mean for it to go that far, but it's the new nigga trying to get his respect and the old nigga that already got his respect and he got it.
LL was a legend by then.
Yeah, he was already a legend, and he like, you know, already got my respect. And because of that, I can't let this little nigga say nothing slick to me. But no matter what it was. And that's why that man was like, and he let him return. And then after, LL said they spoke after Cannabis made the second round knockout. And he was just like, yeah, man, like, well, we didn't came to understanding. Can you just, and L was just like, well, like we did, but I still gotta, you know, just to nail it.
To let everybody else know.
Yeah.
Look, this ain't it.
Like it's this principality. I can't let you let this. I don't understand how they did it from that. And then the joint from the 80s. You said of course he gave himself an A+.
He gave himself a 95, but that's not the highest score on there. It's one of them. Well, 95 is the highest score on the 80s shit period. But the only people that's really messing with him is Nelly Mel and Grandmaster Caz.
For the 80s?
Yeah.
So LL don't got a higher score than him for the 80s?
LL got 90.
Okay. Damn. And Run DMC got I know they got an A.
Run DMC got 82. They got a B.
Oh, they got a B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run DMC though, when you think about them lyrically, they wasn't like that. Well, they was cool. Like they was cool for what they were doing in the early 80s, but
And they was from an era before the lyrics got too crazy.
Yeah, so
Like,
it was
it was like
for them. It was about
84,
style. Like it was about style and swagger. Like Run DMC had a swagger that nobody else had.
They did. They had slang. They had the style. They had the swag. They made stuff cool.
Absolutely. So I'm about to say for them, like I guess the criteria he got on here is just like so the vocabulary, articulation, creativity, originality, versatility, voice, records, stage presence, sticking to themes, and innovating lyrics. In those categories, Run DMC got 10s in the voice.
Okay.
No, the records and stage presence. That's what they got. And they got a 9 in sticking to themes.
Sticking to themes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they got the highest scores came from. Well, they got a 9 in articulation too. But articulation is just the clarity, like how clear you can tell when somebody talking.
I guess so. But I feel like that too is like a dialect type thing though. Like,
You know what's crazy though?
Cool.
Heavy D and the boys only got an 83, and Heavy D is an elite MC.
Yeah, he was that guy. That's why I'm like, I don't know what this. You know what this kind of remind me of? That he did this. Well, it came after this clearly, but Lupe Fiasco got this thing called the Writers Guild, and pretty much it's like this same type of concept where he and like some more like MCs and writers and stuff like that, they came up with a way to score rap. Like not it's not like, cause this is like scoring the artist, but his is like literally like scoring rap. Like if you had a verse, it'll be like, okay, well you had this many metaphors in it, you had this many rhyming words, you had this many whatever, you had this kind of scheme, and it's almost like he uses like iambic pentameter and some of the stuff, but when he did it, he was just coming up with like it was like literally like English class, like literature type stuff. Like he was like, who's using alliterations and like stuff like that, and that's like a way that you can quantify skill. So he was like, he was using that stuff, and I was like, damn, that's hard, because when it comes to like lyricism, a lot of purists be like, your lyrics is the hardest based off this or based off that. Like last time when we was having that conversation about Jay-Z and Big L and Biggie, you know what I'm saying, like that. For a lot of the stuff that you were saying, it could have been quantified by the Writers Guild thing, like
Yeah. Antonio Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I mean, it looked crazy. From the outside looking in, it looked crazy. There's no getting around that. It looked wild. But when you realize what they was doing, he was like what? A catch away from a $300,000 bonus. A touch.
He had a few instances.
He had 3 of them. He had $1 million since
50-something yards and a touchdown.
and a touchdown. It was 1 touchdown, 8 catches, and 50-something yards. All totaling to like $1 million in incentives. And they took the nigga out the game and wasn't trying to put him back in.
So did you see what he was talking about on? I forgot what podcast that was, but he was saying that aside from that part right there, he was saying it had something to do with his health. And he was saying,
he did.
Yeah, like he was. I think it was his ankle.
He said he had ankle injury and they was trying to make him play. They tried to give him like some. They gave him like a painkiller.
Yeah, and he didn't want it. He just
that wasn't authorized.
It shit still hurt. I don't think I can go out there. And he said, "You don't go out there, you done. Like you cut." He was like, "All right, fuck y'all then."
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm out of here on y'all last.
Yeah,
that part right there was wild though.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. I'm about to say, as a player, what you gonna do? Like, as an athlete, and you don't authorize the sports doctor to give you said painkiller for you to go out there and further injure yourself more. It's not like this shit is fixing the problem. It's just numbing you so you don't feel it.
Yeah. It's like you can fuck around and fuck it up and not even know until after the game.
I don't blame a nigga. Antonio Brown made his money, bro. He made his money. I'm about to say, like, at this point,
it's because he got that reputation.
He do got the reputation for being on wild shit. He did.
I will say
absolutely. He did earn that reputation for being on wild shit. But at that point where if it's true that he had an ankle injury and they gave him the painkiller unwarranted, That's crazy, bro. I'm about to say he had every right to step out of that organization because they don't give a fuck about his health. What you gonna do with all that money if you can't spend it? Right.
Now, do y'all really think it was about that though? Because I mean, a lot of players really play through shit. You get what I'm saying? But we all know AB, and if he doesn't get the ball, he's gonna start pouting.
I think it's about the money. Personally, I think it's about the money. The reaction that he gave on the field, I think it's about the incentive that they wasn't trying to let him get.
But they still had one more game. So even if he didn't get it, then he would have got it in the last game.
Didn't they pull him though?
He got Brady ended up getting Gronk.
He got Gronk his
yeah,
Gronk got
and
what,
Gronk
500,000?
And Gronk needed, I think he needed like 8 catches and like 80 something yards or something. He ended up getting that shit in the last game.
So, I mean, like it's a lot of different angles to look at it from, bro. Like AB is known for the antics that he put on the field, but
then on top of that too, he started coming at Brady. So it was kind of like, and I looked at it because I'm a Steelers fan, so you know, I watched them. Yeah, so I watched them, and when shit wasn't going his way with Ben, that's when he started, you know, coming out talking about Ben and everything. So when shit wasn't going his way in Tampa Bay, now all of a sudden, you know, all the time, yeah, he sent shots at Brady. So it's kind of like, is it the injury you really concerned about, or is it really the fact that like you wasn't really getting the type of passes that you wanted?
The way he stormed off the field looked like because he wasn't getting the targets. That's how I look. I'm about to say, ain't no nigga going. I feel like nobody's gonna storm off the field like that, throw their pads and all that shit because of an injury. Nobody's gonna do that.
He said that was extra too. He did do a little bit too much with that, but you know, fuck it. You know how he feel.
But at that point, that's damage control. How you reacted in that moment is exactly how you felt. After the fact, you going on interviews and shit, telling people that was extra. Yeah, you gonna say it's extra because your PR person told you to say that.
Yo, but at the end of the day though, to be honest with you, I really feel as though like he gonna keep playing on those type of proven contract deals. He's not gonna get like a big deal like he got with the Raiders when they gave him $50 million. So, he's not getting that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting it anymore either. I also feel like, do y'all think he's gonna get picked up by anybody else? I think he's nice. He's still nice.
He's still nice, but it would really, I think it's going to be like a desperate team. I don't see it really being like a playoff contending team.
Right. I mean, he got his ring.
Yeah, he got a ring.
There's gonna be somebody that need an option. It's gonna be somebody that need an option, bro. That's it. That's all I can see him going to. I don't see him being the Antonio Brown of old.
The number one target.
Yeah, it's not him no more.
Yeah, it's not. And for Brady, he never looked at like one player as being his number one target. Like
ever on any team.
He gets the ball to anybody, no matter what.
And I remember people saying it about Brady and Gronk, and I was like, for the type of game that he plays, it's no coincidence that him and Gronk got like the most touchdowns between each other. Like, you know, because he's not like a bomber. Like Brady's not a I'm gonna throw it 60 yards type joint, you know what I'm saying? He be 7 and out, you know, up the field.
Tom Brady's smart, bro.
Yeah, he's very smart. And that's why when you play like that and you gotta play like Gronk, it's perfect. Because Gronk know how you gonna catch that joint right in the middle if you need to.
This nigga now.
Yeah, they was just talking about on what's this, NFL Network. Him they had the conversation with him and Gronk. When Gronk told him, you know, about his incentive, and you know, Brady made sure he got it though. He's like, yo, we poor if I don't get this, you know, whatever. I got you. That's good.
I think for me, because I think a lot of folks was trying to pull the whole mental health thing with AB, and the shot that he took when they played the Bengals back in 2017.
You trying to say you got CTE?
Yeah, but yo, I ain't even gonna front. I really feel as though like that's just who AB is. You know what I'm saying? Like once he started accomplishing all those accolades and getting that money, it was kind of like, he switched up, and money can do that. It doesn't even have to be about a mental thing. It's just like, yo, money made him who he really is, and that could really be who he is.
The shit happened to the other AB too. hit Adrian Butler. That shit happened to him.
Oh yeah, the money switched him
Oh
up.
man,
Money switched that nigga all the way up.
Hey, you know that was his own fault too. He got way too cocky.
Way too.
You in the sport, where you gotta fight.
Started getting his ass knocked the fuck out.
and AB, he be feeling like the NFL needs him. AB kind of looking at himself like he's an MJ or LeBron type. But it's like, bro, they really can function without you.
You're not that no more.
Yeah.
Not when you got people like Devontae Adams, D Hop. You got all these great receivers out here. I'm about to say, you not that guy no more, bro.
And more importantly too, in the NFL, you know, when you trying to compare like to the role of like a LeBron, Jordan, whatever, that's almost exclusively reserved for the quarterback.
Yeah.
Strictly because no matter how nice you are, that quarterback has to get you the ball. We just seen Odell's situation.
Yeah.
Real quick. That nigga was in Cleveland, and it was horrible out there, and everybody like, damn, what's going on? And it wasn't him.
It was Baker.
It wasn't him. It was Baker. And as soon as he get to LA, this man has been he's been wild.
Matthew Stafford throwing him the pill.
Throwing him the pill. And that man is delivering. He's catching them. He's getting touchdowns.
Odell can never come back to Baltimore. I just wanted to know that.
Why? Because he hit the
He
bird
hit the
flu.
bird flu. Him and Joe Mixon.